Hello and welcome to another video or episode. So today we're starting a new series on starting up a forest school business. I was thinking it's been a while since I've kind of done a back to basics how to, and it's also been a while since I've kind of put things in order, put things in place, particularly for people who are just finding the channel and the podcast. There's a lot out there. I mean, I have over 230 videos on the channel, so it can be a bit overwhelming to sort through those and to find the ones that you need for engaging, for getting started, for really starting on your business journey as a forest school leader. So this is the first in a series which I'm probably going to call something like, "So you think you want to start a forest school business?" Because that is really who this is for. It's for the people who haven't quite made that leap and are looking for some help and guidance, and hopefully I can offer a little bit of that. I have a little bit of experience in forest school. I've been working as a forest school leader on and off for about 8 years now, and in that time I've made pretty much all of the business mistakes that you can, and I've learned from them, and currently forest school business is doing decently well. So I feel like I have a bit of perspective to offer here. Maybe I'll be able to get some other people in to share their thoughts as well. But to start the journey off, I think it is, before you even embark on getting forest school trained or getting a bushcraft certificate or anything else, first thing is to really get solidify your why, your reasons for doing this, and also be aware of what you're getting yourself into. So where we're going to start is really the realities of working as a outdoor leader, so either a forest school leader or someone who works teaches bushcraft courses. There are certain realities that you should be aware of. So this is going to take a bit of a negative turn at the start, but I feel it's important as someone who's in this industry not to sugarcoat exactly how difficult it is. So first of all, it's an outdoor job, so we are very much at the mercy of the seasons, and that includes the severe weather that we sometimes get. So you will be out in all weathers, whether it is cold or wet or hot and dry, whether it's snowing, whether it's raining. You are going to be out in all weathers. Even if you're not running a session, chances are you're going to need to do bits and pieces of work outdoors when the weather's less than optimal. And that means, of course, you will get wet, you will get muddy, you will get cold. You will have days where you are just slugging up a hill, pulling a heavy cart and just slipping and sliding in the mud. You'll have days where you spend 3 hours just cleaning mud off the kit. This is just a reality of working outdoors. In addition, there will be times where you have to cancel sessions, and if you're working freelance, if you have your own business, you need to cancel a session due to high winds or really low temperatures or any of those. It's going to hit you financially as well. And that kind of brings me into the second reality of working as a woodland leader, and that is that if you are looking at approaches from a business angle, so you're not looking to get employed in a school, then you are very much subject to the highs and lows of being self-employed or running a business, and that is that income will fluctuate. It will go up and down. There will be times where you will be struggling. There are times where things get better, and then it will go around to cycle again. So part of this is there is a risk ratio here. So if you want great reward, you're going to have to take on more risk. but we'll see how that doesn't quite work for this industry either. So if you're going direct to customers, you will chances are have fickle customers who come and go, so you may well be fully booked one month and then struggling to fit 3 people in the next month. Schools have budgets that fluctuate as well, and different programs go in and out of favor, and they might have budgets cut one year and have a surplus for a certain skill or intervention for next year. Thing is, it will fluctuate, but the really good part about one of the bonuses of being self-employed and running your own business is that it is very unlikely to go to zero. You are unlikely to be made redundant unless you are doing all of your work within one company or organization, and then you're pretty much employed anyway. So it will fluctuate, and you will have months where there's struggle, and you will have good months as well. The third reality, which is kind of ties into all of this, is that it's, as an industry, it is currently not really very good for pay at all. And if you are employed within it, just say you are doing slightly better. So if you're employed by a school and you have a steady income, hopefully at least a high level TA, teaching assistant role, or a Senko or something similar. Otherwise, you are pretty much going to be making less than is average for even the education industry. Because at the moment, outdoor work isn't valued as much, and also forest school leaders just don't tend to want to pay themselves all that much. When it comes to setting prices and so on, you will be limited by certain thresholds, and it makes it really difficult. As an example of this, just to run a day session for a forest school is you're probably going to need to bring in somewhere in the region of 200 to 300 pounds of top line income to then get a profit or a personal income for yourself of around minimum wage. Because there's a lot of things that come out of your funding, your business income, so there's a lot of expenses, there's a lot of other things that you need to pay for, holiday pay, sickness, all of the benefits you would have while employed, you now need to apply for yourself. So you also have the days that you don't spend delivering. There is going to be quite a large amount of work for little pay, and you will need to be really business minded to change that, and you will need to learn quickly, and you'll need to be effective with your marketing and on the ball with your business to really make it successful. But we will get more into rates and expenses and everything else on a different episode. So really those are the big realities. Weather will happen in the UK in particular. You will have bad weather, you will have good weather. On days like this, it's all worth it. On days in the middle of winter, it can be really trying and it can be really challenging. There are going to be highs and lows. Hopefully they're at least balanced, or your highs are more than your lows in terms of income. Thirdly, it is challenging to get a good income going. However, as I said, starting off with a bit of a negative almost rant there are definite positives. It is completely different to anything else, any other job. It can be extremely rewarding. You are helping people change, you are living outdoors with the seasons. It means you, in general, I feel it is living a more human lifestyle out here. And as I said, really rewarding, chance to be outdoors. It's active, you are helping people, service. It has all of the ingredients besides maybe income to make a happy human being. And being able to work self-employed business, that is really beneficial as well, because you can choose when you take holidays, you can structure your week around it so that you can make sure that you can go and spend time with your children at certain times of year or certain times of the week. You can make sure that the lifestyle fits you rather than adjusting to an employer's schedule or having to request holiday time. You can just go, okay, no, I've booked this week, I'm going away. No one can say anything about that. This is just what happens. So definite advantages there. But to make it through all of those adversities that I talked about and realities, you really do need to get clear on why you are running the sessions you're running. Why are you looking to start an outdoor business? You've got to get close to your mission statement. What drives you forward? Because if you come at this with a half-hearted, oh, I'd like to spend more time outdoors or something like that, then chances are you'll get burned by this. And I'm being intentionally quite tough here, because as I said, certain realities are in play. So you've got to really find why forest school, not just, oh, it's a more relaxing way to do with children. Just think about what it is going to add to your life and your lifestyle, because this is what's going to keep you going through that startup process, which is hard. It is hard to get clients, it is hard to get started. As a business, you're going to probably struggle the first couple of years. It's taken me 4 or 5 years to find my feet properly, and I'm still working on that. So you've really got to be strong on your why. Think about the lifestyle you want. Think about what gives your life meaning and purpose, what you truly enjoy, what feeds the soul, and put together a mission statement and a statement of what you want to achieve in your life and in your work with other people. Because this is the starting point. You need to start with your why before you can then design a business around it. Don't approach it the other way. It's a really bad idea. It's a bad idea to just go, okay, well, forest school sounds good, so I will just design my life around making forest school happen. Because forest school might not be your thing. It might be that you value the skills side of it more and you just want to teach skills. It might be that you need a more therapeutic angle. You might want to go into wilderness therapy. There are plenty of options within the space, so getting clear on the why is really important. As part of this, I would recommend just getting out to other forest schools. Just going to volunteering at a forest school, volunteer on a bushcraft course, help out wherever you can, and just see whether you can get any hands-on experience of the thing that you want to then go on to do. Because that is really the starting point. Too many people, in the way that we design the education system, you can't just follow the path of least resistance and just go, okay, well, university, you go to school, you go to university, and then you get a job, and then you have a pathway through there. And a lot of people don't really get enough time in that hands-on experience to then make good decisions on what they want to do as work. And then they get to the end of a degree, like me, and I know I've made this mistake. I thought teaching mainstream school was for me, and I didn't take enough time inside schools to realize that actually it didn't suit me and it wasn't going to work out. So it's important that you spend that time get that hands-on experience, because this will help you make it through the next steps. So, key takeaways from this. First of all, there are certain realities to working outdoors and working as a forest school leader or bushcraft instructor. Be aware of those, be prepared to deal with them. Take your time. Second, make sure to get clear on your why. Know why you want to do the things you do. What is your calling? What is your mission? As part of that, get real hands-on experience. Can't emphasize that enough. There are forest schools everywhere crying out for more volunteers and people to help out and to make things happen. So go find one, learn from them, and see whether there's something you really want to do. So yeah, that's our first three, and that's the overall theme. There is decide where you're going, and then you can work out a proper path. So I'm going to leave it there for this part one. Like I say, there will likely be further parts to this in the future as we go through the different things that you need to know and you need to have and you need to do before you start, and then starting a forest school or outdoor based business. So I encourage you to subscribe to YouTube or podcast or wherever you felt this, if you felt this was helpful and you would like to see the rest of them. And as always, do check out brackenoutdoors.com. I have all sorts of resources on there, and that is really the hub for the sessions I run, the products I offer, and the services. And if you're just starting out on this journey, don't be afraid to get in touch. You can find my email address on the website and on a lot of the other videos, and I'm here to help. So I've been on this journey for a little while. I kind of, as I said, really made a lot of the mistakes, and I'm just here to help. If I can help at least one person avoid the mistakes I did, then I feel like I'm doing well. With that, I'll say thank you so much for watching and listening. Remember to make the most of every day, and I'll see you all next time.